stop it, quiet. If it's new, I done got it. See my jewels, shining, shining. White diamonds, Miley Cyrus. Private jet, private pilot. Look at me, stylish, stylish. Masterpiece, body, body, young. Hey, I don't know no better. I'm on this every day. You cannot run with me, boy, I'm a heavyweight. Baby, I know what's coming, I can barely wait. And when it was on, they wanted me gone, boy, I'm here to stay. Stop calling me little bro, I got mileage on me. Walked in with the whole team and we riding on him. More action and no talk, I went quiet on him. Walked in with the whole team and we riding on him. Hey, couple of bands up in my pocket. I don't want pulse to get wild nonsense. We got momentum, don't try to stop it. Diamonds are clearer than my conscience. I don't let bygones be bygones. That's when I'm honest. Penthouse building, reach heaven's heights. Nah, that's what you call a God complex. Remember the days I was down low when it was out cold, but I went out and got it. Look at my milestones, man, it feel like the Dow Jones when you look at my pocket. Look at the flex, whipping the Teslas. I'm a mess, but it's all a finesse. Boy, you, stop it, quiet. If it's new, I done got it. See my jewels, shining, shining. White diamonds, Miley Cyrus. Private jet, private pilot. Look at me, stylish, stylish. Masterpiece, body, body, young. Hey, I don't know no better. I'm on this every day. You cannot run with me, boy, I'm a heavyweight. Baby, I know what's coming, I can barely wait. And when it was on, they wanted me gone, boy, I'm here to stay. Stop calling me little bro, I got mileage on me. Walked in with the whole team and we riding on him. More action and no talk, I went quiet on him. Walked in with the whole team and we riding on him.
Tonight, from London, England, it's the NFL International Series on EA Sports. Jackson and the London Black Knights taking on Baker Mayfield and the visiting team.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between our visitors and the London Black Knights. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here come the Browns on offense with Baker Mayfield, the former #1 overall pick at quarterback.
Is it okay if I give him a few props right here? Do you mind?
I think he's earned it. Go ahead.
Okay, how about a guy who was a two-time walk-on, who later became a two-time Big 12 Player of the Year, has the most touchdown passes in Big 12 history with 129, a Heisman Trophy into his credit, and took his team to the college football playoff semifinal twice while at Oklahoma.
They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
He's tackled at the
Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. And they really wanted him to be that guy. And that's what they're doing early in this game.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Dublin.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Ball carrier.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Open man is Ayuk, complete. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another 1st down. They go back to the ground with Dobbins. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the 1st half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
3rd and long for Mayfield. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Myles Garrett in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
So out comes the offense now with a long field ahead of them. As we get a look at a guy who grew up in Florida, played his college ball, of course, in Louisville. It's the electric Lamar Jackson.
So this is where we find out about the game plan and the trust factor, don't we? In this situation, the natural thing is take care of the ball, run it inside, everyone cover it. Just, get yourself some room and let your punter punt it out of there. But when you really got a QB you can trust, you might want to take a little shot early and try and create some space.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
A run for Nick Chubb. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy's setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
So that last play gives him a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. Jackson from the shotgun. Got his man there complete to Gallup. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Geis with a carry on 2nd down. And this Browns defense coming to life. They get him behind the line for a 2nd straight play.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
The Browns offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. Still a lot to be determined in terms of their final seeding. We do know they'll be in the playoffs, but in what shape, what capacity, we're not sure. But here, ready for a sports cliche, and then just take them one game at a time, right?
And they have to. And look, the thing about cliches, they've been proven over time. All right, we know that. So, yes, take it one game at a time, but make sure that there's no let-up, no getting off the gas, right? No mental letdowns, because each one is important for them to accomplish their goals.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Dobbins. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
And that is incomplete. The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. We're scoreless after 1. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line.
Tackle made. That is
just a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, he got what he could there, just trying to move forward and gain a little bit of yardage and create some space. You know the pressure is going to be tough defensively.
Now Jackson back into his end zone. They'll roll him out right. And he fires one. It's intercepted. Picked up by Nola and he'll be down at the 6-yard line. From their own 2, Charles, they opted to throw it instead of run it. We saw the outcome.
I think what a lot of teams count on is defenses to stack the line of scrimmage, trying to force a safety or force a turnover there. But if you've got a good defensive front, you just allow them to play the run, and everyone else stays ready, and they were, and they picked that one off.
Credit that break up to Greedy Williams.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal, trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that has to be what they're thinking right now.
2nd down and goal. Mayfield. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Harrison Bryant, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board first here tonight.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money, in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Parkey with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5.
They'll take over. First down and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
London about set to take over on offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving. And that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Now the second down throw on target. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 12 yards there and a first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
So a decent game, all for nothing on the penalties.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Following the penalty, Chubb. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. That's a gain of 6 on the first down run.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, get me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now Chubb. And this Browns defense coming to life. They get him behind the line for a second straight play. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. 4th down, here's Jackson. He gets it to Brown, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A gutsy call, turns out to be a good one, though. First down on a pickup of 11. 12-yard line. From the gun, it's Jackson. And it's caught. Touchdown. David Njoku, his 11th touchdown of the year. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Tucker with the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taken in the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Dublin's offense now set to take over. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of them.
Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for it. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Another try after the first down sack. Mayfield. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. They'll run. It's Dobbins. And they will bottle him up behind the line. And now will they use a timeout? Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. The Browns send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's fielded at the 45. A nice punt, but a good run back as well of 13 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. David Njoku and the rest of the offense heading back out onto the field. He's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season, but you read the local paper this morning. There was no talk of that mark. They interviewed him, and he wasn't talking about 1,000 yards. The old cliche focused on this game. If he has a big one, might be able to get the win and the 1,000 yards.
Seems like he just wants to let it come to him, right, as opposed to trying to force it. That's probably the right idea and the right attitude. So game situation, play calling will dictate things. Now, how does he get there once he tries to get hot? Formations, route running, trying to get mismatches for him, different types of routes he will run downfield, short, medium, long. All those things will come into play as he tries to get to that magical number.
Now Jackson on 1st down. Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
The pass. A fumble on the play.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
London about set to take over on offense. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now a handoff here to his running back. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's what they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
On on second down. Here's Jackson. Made up the left side is Brown. But he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. Quick slant to Brown. 10 more for him on that one. He's been a busy man. It's a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at the Browns' 19-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Geis, they'll try to run it. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it.
And it's caught. Touchdown. David Njoku. His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give him a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field in this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, if some got the heavy casualties at times, we're trying to win a game.
Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
That gets him 3 yards close. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. With touchdown number 7 on the year. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And the lead will grow by 1 more. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone.
Tucker set to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Dublin's offense now set to take over.
And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Mayfield on play action. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 15 yards on the play. First down.
First down.
A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins.
And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Tackle made by.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Another run here with Dobbins.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47.
The ball carrier. The tackle made.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. But it's going to be second down.
Third quarter action here, this regular season finale. This will be 2nd and 10.
Play fake. Mayfield.
Looking for Ayuk, and he's got him.
He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. Welcome back now here in London. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Brings up second.
That catch, by the way, kind of noteworthy. It's number 764 in his career. Ties him with Hall of Famer James Lofton.
And he's done it just as James Lofton did in his career. Smooth.
Now he dumps this off over the middle. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
They certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
That's complete to his running back, Evans.
And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your #1 cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down.
They'll try the draw here with Dobbins.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Now a throw in the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Brandon Ayuk, the one he was looking for.
But it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Dobbins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
This likely a must-have. 3rd and goal.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Michael Thomas hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. Now Parkey for the extra point. It's up and good, so they claw back into it. 24-14 now. That one was an extended drive. 14 plays all told. And it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look.
And it's a good news, bad news proposition for them. Mostly good news, and that's that they've clinched a playoff spot. That's the important thing. Bad news, though, if they want to make a Super Bowl, for the moment at least, they'd have to do it out of the 6th seed.
And bottom line, everybody wants to play at home during the playoffs. We know that's a given. But nothing builds character for a ball club quite like winning on the road in the playoffs, especially when no one thinks you can do it. And if you win one and gain confidence, who knows, you might get on one of those magical runs.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
He's going deep for Brown. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown! Hollywood Marquise Brown. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again. And you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Tucker now for the extra point. Now from 5 yards further back, this becomes a 37-yard extra point attempt. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays.
Ashton Tucker set to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Dublin's offense now set to take over. And they were ultra confident coming in, that's for sure. They had won 7 straight, but number 8 not looking to be in the cards right now. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Out of the gun, he'll throw. They'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7. Past the 30 to the 32.
J.K. Dobbins. A 7-yard pickup.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. From the gun, Mayfield. And that'll be incomplete. Mayfield took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Now, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
That'll be complete to Dobbins. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. Now we have Kelsey, slow to get back to his feet. Appears to be shaken up. And in Week 17, let's hope this won't affect him for the playoffs. We'll step aside. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And again, it's Mayfield under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. After the sack on 1st down, Mayfield. Now Mayfield lost the football. And this will be scooped up by the defense. He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
Well, we were out at practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a 2-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. 2-hand. Oh, I get it. 2-hand monster. Both hands on the football. Taking care of it. Putting it away so the ball doesn't get dropped.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And right about now, heck, they might be
Wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into that week off in high spirits as they've got this one well in hand. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
Pick up a 3. Brings up second.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And he'll give it here to his running back. We'll give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22. Jackson's going to throw it. And it's incomplete. Still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw